Trigger warning for sensitive topics. Stick around until the end for a very important message. Deku's breathing was rapid and shallow, his pupils dilated, and his heart was racing in his chest. He stood there outside the UA gym, fist pressed up against the concrete while his other hand was pulled back, ready to strike. A line of blood ran down the wall from his knuckles, the pain bringing Deku back to the present. His breathing slowed, his heart rate went down, and his eyes began to return to normal. Deku let out a cry as the adrenaline faded away, pulling his fist back and clutching his hand before slumping against the wall as the pain hit him. His hand throbbed as he reached into his bag and pulled out some bandages, wrapping the white cloth around his knuckles and fingers. An involuntary hiss came from him thanks to the stinging of the cloth on the fresh wounds, wincing as he pulled the bandage tight. That fist curled up as he put it on his chest, holding it there and closing his eyes as a face appeared in his mind. Tears began to well up in the corners of them, with Deku grabbing his bag and standing back up before making a mad dash for the dorms. The wind grabbed at his hair as he sprinted, the cooling breeze having a relaxing effect on him as he arrived at his room. Deku threw the door open and tossed his bag on the bed before closing it back, locking it, and slumping against it. His thoughts kept racing as fast as he had run though, returning the moment he stopped doing something. It was like his brain could think of only that person whenever it wasn't occupied with something else, drifting back to them time and time again. Deku's heart rate began to spike again, his breathing picking up as he felt something rising in his throat and his head shot up then, looking around as fresh tears filled his eyes. "Hey nerd, I heard you get back. Are you doing alright? Uraraka texted me and told me that you blasted past her suddenly a few moments ago." Deku sniffled a little, quickly beginning to wipe his eyes as he nodded his head before realizing Bakugou couldn't see him. "Why yeah, I'm fine. Everything's just fine, nothing to worry about. I just wanted to get back after training and watch that new All Might documentary, you know. Mind if I join you? I've been wanting to watch it but just haven't had the time. Maybe next time actually, I just remembered a few things I had to do." "Nerd? You doing okay? It's not like you to put off anything that has to do with All Might." "Kaken, I'm fine, I didn't get hurt, I swear. I didn't say anything about you getting hurt." "Nerd. ... Beep. Alright nerd, open the door. Either that, or I'm kicking it down, you have 5 seconds. Wait Kaken, hold on. It's not that big of a deal. 5 4 3 2 Wait, stop counting, stop counting." Deku jumped up, quickly unlocking the door and opening it, his eyes still a bit red from his tears. "Dear All Might, Izuku, what happened? Wait, it's your hand. Who the beep hurt you? It wasn't that creepy hands guy, was it? I swear to beeping All Might I will destroy." No, Kaken, it wasn't him. Somewhere in the city at his current hideout." I better not be coming down with a cold, I have enough stuff to worry about." Back at the dorms, Deku is trying desperately to explain how he hurt his hand. "You see, it was me, okay. I hurt my hand, alright?" "Huh? What do you mean you hurt your hand? That's a hell of a lot of blood coming from your hand." "I punched a wall. A few times. And hard too." "Excuse me." Deku groaned a bit, rubbing his hand a few times to try and massage away some pain. When I was out there on my own fighting every day, there was a woman. She was an ordinary woman, not a hero, not a villain. Just someone trying to live their own life. I'd see her on her errands from time to time, and it was nice to see that at least someone was able to live a normal life during everything. What happened to her? Deku looked down to the floor as tears sprang up to his eyes, a feeling of sadness welling up from deep within. One day when I was patrolling, I saw her on the ledge of her building. I saw her step off, but I made it just in time. I was so glad that I was able to catch her hand, and I started pulling her back up. And that's when the tears began to falling to the floor from his face as he lifted his head. There were tears streaming down his cheeks, his eyes waterlogged. She wrestled my hand off of her. I was just so shocked that I didn't react at first. By the time my brain caught up, it was too late. I tried to use Black Whip to grab her, but I couldn't. She didn't. Deku couldn't take it anymore, falling to his knees as the tears kept coming. Bakugo knelt down to his level, putting a hand on his shoulder. Hey, it wasn't your fault. Izuku, are you listening? Yes, it was. I could have saved her, I could have stopped her. I could have jumped down and grabbed her with Black Whip the moment she got my hand off her arm. Or I could have flown down with Flight and stopped her. Or I could have. Izuku, stop. No. You couldn't have stopped her, and that is not on you. You did everything you possibly could to save her, but she didn't want to be saved. She made her decision, and there's nothing you could have done. She would have just done it while you weren't there. Deku just kept crying for a few minutes, the pain and the grief inside him that he had been holding onto for so long all coming out at once. All the times that he had felt this way, all the times he had tried to keep from thinking about it, all of that building up to this moment. Deku raised his fist, aiming it towards the floor. Only to be stopped by Bakugo mid-swing, who then pulled Deku into a hug. Izuku, I'm sorry I wasn't there to help you during all of that, to prevent all of this. What happened to that woman isn't your fault, though I know that won't make any of this easier. But I want you to know we're all here for you now, and together we will help you. Deku could only nod as he listened to Bakugo speak and then was helped up to his feet. Bakugo led him over to his bed and sat him down. Just relax here for a minute, get yourself cleaned up, and I'll go make you a bowl of katsudon, alright? Then we can watch that All Might documentary, okay? Deku nodded his head again, sniffling and wiping his eyes as Bakugo left the room. Deku looked down at his injured hand, just staring at it for a few moments as what Bakugo said echoed through his mind. He took a deep breath, closing his eyes as once more his heart rate began to slow, and his breathing calmed down. Our green-haired broccoli boy began to feel, at least a little, at ease finally, and he felt a bit happy. Happy to have the friends that he does, that he truly isn't alone, and has people he can trust and rely on. He felt even more so as Bakugo returned a bit later with the promised katsudon, passing it to Deku as he pulled up the All Might documentary. The rest of the night passed peacefully for the two, with Deku feeling hopeful now, more than ever. The end. Thank you all so much for watching this video. It's been tough work to get this video done and put up, mainly because it is based on my personal experiences. We all face our own struggles, and our own demons in life. We love people, and we lose them. But we are never alone, we have people we can rely on. If you enjoyed this, then go tell those you love that you love them, that you care for them, and give them a hug too while you're at it. See you all in the next one. Goodbye for now.